The moment opens with a warm and steady voice, welcoming the listener into something extraordinary, guided gently by the familiar presence of the story behind the song. The lights dim, the murmurs fade, and Putri Ariani steps onto the stage with a calm grace that immediately captures the room. Simon Cowell studies her with quiet curiosity, sensing something rare before she even begins. When her first note rises, the atmosphere transforms. Her voice pours out with a purity that feels almost otherworldly, reaching through the silence and touching everyone who hears it. Each phrase flows like a heartfelt message carried across the room, stirring emotions people did not expect to feel in those few opening seconds. The judges sit motionless, absorbing every sound she releases. When her final note fades, the crowd erupts with applause that grows louder and fuller with each second. Simon leans in, deeply moved, and surprises everyone by asking her to sing another song. The request sends a ripple of excitement through the audience. Putri smiles with quiet confidence and prepares once more, holding the room in breathless anticipation as the story behind the song carries her story forward. Her second song begins softly, almost like the start of a whispered prayer, and then rises into a rich, emotional tide that fills every corner of the theater. People who moments earlier were cheering now sit completely still, caught in the beauty of each unfolding note. Simon watches her with a rare look of gratitude, aware that he is witnessing something truly special. The judges exchange quiet, stunned glances, unable to speak over the impact of her voice. Cameras catch her hands resting gently on the microphone while her closed eyes reveal a world only she can see, yet somehow she shares it with everyone listening. In the audience, someone begins to cry softly, moved by the sincerity flowing from every word she sings. When she reaches the final note, the applause returns with even greater force, shaking the room in waves of admiration. Simon stands, moved beyond expectation, aware that this moment will stay with him for years. The crowd's cheers continue to echo as Simon tries to speak, needing an extra moment to gather himself. Putri stands quietly, steady and composed, still holding the emotional weight of what she has shared. When Simon finally finds his words, they come soft and sincere. He tells her that her gift is one of the purest he has ever encountered on the show, and that her voice awakened something inside him he did not see coming. The audience reacts instantly, shouting and clapping with heartfelt enthusiasm. Howie praises the depth she conveyed with such ease. Heidi speaks with wide-eyed admiration, describing the light she brought to the stage. Sophia places a hand over her heart, explaining that her voice reached something deeply personal. The air thickens with emotion, filled with pride, tenderness, and awe. Putri smiles, humbled by the moment as young fans gaze at her with shining eyes, inspired in ways they cannot yet describe. Even the crew pauses, sensing they have just witnessed a performance that will be remembered across the world. Her journey lifts gently through the moment, reminding everyone that music can move beyond sight and sound and travel straight into the heart. Destiny lifts into view when Simon reaches for the golden buzzer with absolute certainty. The instant he presses it, the theater explodes with joy as the golden confetti bursts above the stage, shimmering like falling stars around Putri. The audience rises in celebration, cheering with unrestrained emotion. Putri brings her hands to her face as tears begin to fall, overwhelmed by the love washing over her. The judges stand with her, applauding with genuine affection and admiration. Simon approaches her, speaking gently, telling her that she has changed something in the room and that her voice carries a truth that reaches far beyond competition. The stage glows with the reflection of golden light, turning the moment into something dreamlike. Her family watches from the audience, smiling through their tears, understanding the years of effort behind this single beautiful breakthrough. As the cheers rise once more, the moment settles into something unforgettable, A reminder that sometimes the world pauses for a single voice, and in that pause, something extraordinary has room to bloom.